Hey, party people, what's good? Happy Friday, everybody. Oh, hold on. Something just popped up. What was that? Here we go. Hey Godzilla. Hey Godzilla, what's good, fam? How you doing? Good to see you. As always, how was your week? Whew. Been good. That's good to hear. Good shit, y'all. We made it through yet another week. I don't know what the weather is like where y'all are right now, but here in New York City, it actually feels pretty darn good. Finally felt like fall today for the first time, well, since last year. The temperatures were nice and cool. Hey, Flacco, what's good, sis? How you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, we had what was in the 60s all day today. Felt great. I felt like myself again, because I do not do well in the heat. Ooh. Someone else made another Godzilla Tyranid? That's sick. Where'd you find that Godzilla? Like Instagram or somewhere? But yeah, no, I feel great. I feel like back to my old self now that the weather has cooled down a little bit, because I do not do well in the heat, you know? So I'm feeling pretty honky-dory today. It's like the rest of this week could have been absolute dog shit, but then if the weather was still the same as today, it would have corrected all of that. But I actually had a pretty solid week this week, I gotta say. So, you know, I'm not gonna complain too much about that. I think it was mighty fine. So yeah. Very excited to get back to the non-metallic metal Celestine project, because now tonight we're actually going to be getting into the nitty-gritty particulars of non-metallic metal, particularly with all the different layers of glazing and whatnot we're going to have to do. So now we're kind of into the thick of it, for lack of better phrasing. So really looking forward to jumping into that and to really start to see the project take the shape we really want it to. Let's see. Dempsey J Illustrations made art combining Godzilla with other stuff. Ooh, interesting. Let me look that up. Dempsey J. Tyranids. Let's see. Can I find it is the question. Let's see here. I cannot find on YouTube. Oh, okay, bet. Let me see. MCJ Illustrations. Ooh, okay, hold on. I found the video. Let's see, mute that in case you're getting multiple audio sources. Let's see. Ooh. Hold on. What if I scroll over to the final product here? Hate to just jump ahead, but I don't want to. Oh wow! Look at that. That's actually really freaking cool. Hold on. I'm gonna pull this over to the other monitor real quick. Show that to y'all. Hold on. That's actually really freaking cool. I love the design of the tail. This looks like something that would have been straight up in Monster Hunter, which used to be one of my favorite games. I used to play that shit so much. I think I had over. Yeah, 600 hours in one of the games. It was either 4 Ultimate or Monster Hunter World, one of the two. But yeah, this puts me in mind of that straight up. So yeah, that's cool though. I love that. Wow. That's really cool. Thank you for bringing that up, Godzilla Ned. My goodness. Yeah, no, it is really cool. I'm gonna have to check out the rest of that video later on. Let's see, what else was I going to say? So yeah, we're gonna jump back into non-metallic metal Celestine tonight. Also want to show y'all some things I've been working on the side too. I think I mentioned this to y'all last time, but since I had a few, like, you know, points adjustments hit my army with the recent balanced data slate and everything, I decided that I would complete a couple just smaller projects off to the side, just to not only fill in the points for the army that need to be filled in, but also just to have a little bit of hobbying to do for myself on the side. So I'll show you all the fruits of my labor thus far here in a little bit. So yeah, I'm really excited to jump into that. Thank you all so much for 131 subscribers. We're doing pretty decent schmeechin on our subscriber goal, so I'm really excited about that. And yeah, don't forget to drop a like on the stream, y'all, if you like what you see here tonight, because of course your support means the world to me. Of course, sorry, I just Flacco. Sorry, I saw your chat come up as soon as you said that. You're like, not a side chick reveal. Actually, technically, it's side chicks. So not always. Oh, let me quit. But yeah, no. Thank you all so much for your continued support of my channel. Of course, it means a lot to me. Oh, and you know what? Speaking of, I literally just saw what today's date is, y'all. As of today, wait, hold on. Wait, I'm so bad at math. This channel is now 7 months old. I completely forgot to say something back when this channel turned 6 months old, but now we're gonna say it right now at 7. You painted chickens? Yes, I did. Yes, I did paint chickens. I did go ahead and paint some Seraphon from Age of Sigmar. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, happy 7 months, y'all. This channel's almost a year old, which is crazy to think about. It feels like February was literally just yesterday, so like that's kind of hard to believe. But yeah. Oh, before we get into the painting though, y'all, I need your help with something, okay? So, story time. So, at work, I have this great coworker. Her name is Noah. Love her to pieces. Our desks are near each other at work. And she's super cool, super chill. One of our favorite things to do while we're chilling at work, like we have nothing to do, is we play like little like online puzzle games, you know, like Wordle and shit together. The password game, if you're familiar with that. And recently she showed me this one online game called Movie Grid. It's very fun, and I wanted to play low-key, high-key, play it with y'all before we get into the bulk of stream tonight. So if you do not mind, we are going to very quickly play today's Movie Grid, y'all. So here's the way this game works. So basically you got this grid of movies, right? We only have 9 guesses, right or wrong. We only have 9 opportunities to input an answer into this grid, right? Okay. And basically each one of these spaces is going to be a particular movie. There are multiple right answers for each square, but basically we have to fill in a movie that fits, like for example, a movie that featured both Emma Watson and Robert Pattinson. Or a drama that featured Tom Holland, which looking at that, that's actually gonna be kind of difficult. I can't think of anything off the top of my head for that. And we basically have to go in and do that for all these movies, or for all these squares. This is low-key my new favorite puzzle game, guys, which is why I wanted to share it with y'all real quick. So without further ado, I'm gonna jump into this. All right, cool. So let's see here. Looking at this movie grid, I'm already starting to get a couple of ideas. I'm low-key kind of fixated on the middle square, because like a drama featuring Tom Holland, I'm completely drawing a blank on that one right now. But you know what's really easy? A movie featuring Paul Dano and Robert Pattinson, that's gonna be The Batman. Easy. Wait, is it gonna load? Wait, did it do it right? I hope it did that right. Sometimes this game takes a moment to load. Is Spider-Man a drama? No, Spider-Man is not a drama. But you know what though? Spider-Man is a good answer for this middle right square. Tom Holland released from 2013 to 2023. We could put Spider-Man Homecoming right there. So that was what, 2014, 2015, something like that. So that can definitely go there. Okay, so I did accidentally misclick. So the Batman needs to go here. Oh dang! I hate that we wasted a guess on that. But okay. The crowded room. Ooh, yeah. I was trying to remember the name for that one. Thank you, Janine. Hold on. The crowded room. Okay, apparently this game has not heard of that movie yet. That is okay. But that one would have worked. Emma Watson and Robert Pattinson is actually pretty easy. That's going to be Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Right there. Let's see. Oh, it's a mini series. Oh, okay, that explains why this website hadn't heard of it. Okay, gotcha. A drama featuring Emma Watson. Oh god, we gotta go deep in my bag for this one, but that's gonna be The Perks of Being a Motherfucking Wallflower. Yup. And then something Emma Watson's been in relatively sometime in the last 10 years. You know what? We'll go with what's it called? Well, yeah, we'll do Beauty and the Beast because she was in the Beauty and the Beast live action. Hold on. Well, something happened there. Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, Beauty and the Beast is probably the best guess for that one. Hey, Zeal, welcome in. We're just doing a little bit of a preamble here. We're playing Movie Grid before we jump into painting tonight. Basically, we have to fill in a movie in each of these spaces that matches like the intersection for the category. So it's like we got like Paul Dano and Robert Pattinson, for example. They were both in the Batman, so on and so forth. Hey, Nikki, what's good, bro? How's it going? Thanks for dropping in. You walked in on us at a brilliant time because we're getting some movie grid, our daily movie grid grind, and your Nids arrived. Let's go! Wow, that was fast. That was only a week. Since you ordered them. Nice. For Tom Holland and Robert Pattinson. Oh yeah, it's what's it called? The Devil All the Time. I'm pretty sure this is it, right? Yeah, The Devil All the Time. Good guess, Nikki. Good one. All right. Let's see. Paul Dano drama. Oh, that's easy. That's a classic. There Will Be Blood. I love movies, y'all. Hold on. There we go. There it is, right there. I freaking love movies, you guys. I know a thing or two when it comes to movies. We only have one guess left, but that's okay because I am not gonna get this middle square at all. But actually, you know what? Looking at it, we'll see Paul Dano. Oh, you know what? Literally, I would have done the Batman if I hadn't put that there already, but you know what? He's literally in the movie I'm going to see this weekend with some friends, which is the one about the r/Wall Street Bets, GameStop and AMC shorts, dumb money. And there we go. That's it. That's the grid. Got 8 out of 9. Not bad. Top 40.4% of players. That's a dub right there. Not bad. Literally have never heard of this movie in my life. Oh, The Fabelmans. Okay, I see. I did not see The Fabelmans, so I would not have guessed that. But we basically got every movie that pretty much everyone else guessed. I mean, I feel like for bottom left, the only answer was the Batman. And I feel like for top left too, I feel like the only movie that Emma Watson and Robert Pattinson had been in together was Goblet of Fire. I would have said as another potential answer maybe Little Woman right here, but Perks of Being a Wallflower, I saw like this tweet about it like last night, so it was top of mind for me. So yeah, very nice. Well, hope y'all didn't mind the brief little diversion there. Thank you for humoring me. But yeah, highly recommend Movie Grid if you're ever looking for something on the internet to do while you are bored at work or bored at home or bored just about anywhere pretty much. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into our work for tonight. But don't forget, y'all, before we jump in, hi y'all, my name is Christian. Welcome to Chimera Games. If you're new here, if you like what you saw here tonight, or if you like what you see here tonight, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, smash that notification bell. That way you can know exactly when we go live here every Friday night at 7:30 p.m. right here at youtube.com/@ChimeraGames. Also, don't forget to leave a like on the stream, y'all, because that goes a long way in supporting the channel. Thank you so much, and let us get into the project for the night. So, last time we were all together, I'm gonna actually, hold on, let me shrink, take my face cam, I'm gonna make that a little bit smaller, just so we can see more of the action. So last time when we were working on Celestine, basically we just managed to, we got all of our base coats down. I'm gonna zoom in just a tiny bit, just so y'all can see the action a bit better. But yeah, so last time we managed to get pretty much every single one of our base coats laid down, and also started sketching out some of our highlights too. And so what we're going to move into today is we're going to move into, we're going to refine the sketching a little bit more, because I'm looking at it and I'm not entirely satisfied with like where exactly these highlights are, nor their size. Keeping in mind that I still need to leave like a little bit of space anyhow. But yeah, we're gonna work on that a little bit, and then we're also gonna, I realized I forgot a couple of base coats here and there too. Like I was gonna color like the corset here, the outer part of the corset here. I was gonna color that blue to match the robes. So we are going to do that real quick too before we move on any further. Firearms can advance in charge with the new codex strategies. Oh yeah, that's right, because y'all got your new codex now. Jealous sisters, we need our codex to drop like now, because our data sheets, oh boy, they are in trouble. Also, like, speaking of Godzilla, how do the points work for NIDs now? Are you using the most recent field manual points, or do you use the yeah, I knew what you meant. But yeah, do y'all use the new, like the field manual points, or are you using the points that just came in your codex? How does that work? Because the two kind of low-key came out at the same time. And someone is blasting music outside. That is what that was just now. Alright, let's go ahead and get our paints prepared. Also, I swapped to a dry palette for tonight just because we're going to be doing a lot of glazing, and with the glazing, I want like finer control over the thinness of my paints. And so just to like completely avoid any risk of like the water from my wet palette thinning the paints further than the point where I get them to just through my own mixing, we're gonna use a dry palette just so we have full control over how thin the paints are, pretty much. I plugged in a code in the back of my codex so I can access their rules in the app. Dub. Nice. Hold on, I'm just gonna get some of this paint, this old dried up paint out of the palette so we can use some of these cups just a wee bit more efficiently. Always interested in greater efficiency. You can see actually some of the dried up speed paint is coming up. It's all congealed into one. Very interesting texture, interestingly textured coat of paint. Yes. Okay, I think we got enough cups prepared now. Also gonna take my paper towel right here to my side. Got a wee bit of dust in this palette. We'll get that out too. I need to get some extra palettes because I really do only have like the one here to rely on for the most part. I need to get some more just to have a nice little like supply. And these are really cheap. I got this one for like less than $1, so I'm pretty sure I can buy more of them in bulk if I wanted to. Maybe not in bulk, but you know what I mean. This ain't no Costco. Alright, palette's in pretty good shape. All this prep work, of course, is very important. Gotta take care of your tools so that they will take care of you and your projects, most importantly. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do first is we're gonna let's lay down the corset base coat first, right here in the middle. I'll punch in a little bit more so y'all can see that action a little bit better. That looks nice and focused according to the zebra on my camera. Okay, there we go. Alright, so I'm gonna get my brush prepared here in the usual style. Let's see here. What's one thing everyone's looking forward to doing this weekend out of curiosity? Hopefully the weather is nice wherever y'all are, so you can take advantage of going outside, maybe. Touch grass, no, get it. Nah, everyone here in this chat is a certified grass toucher, that much I know for sure. What the hell is that? Oh, it's just dust. Whew. I thought that was a bug floating right down in front of my face, y'all. Okay. That should be nice and well shaken up. Usually my dark Prussian blue behaves very well, so it does not require much mixing, thankfully. Godzilla says, I'm going to play 40k with my friends tomorrow for one of their birthdays. Amazing. Happy birthday to your friend, and I hope you have so much fun. That sounds like it's gonna be a hoot and hollering good time. What are the matchups? What's the vibe? You talking like 2k points? Guessing you're bringing your nids with you. All right, let's see here. Just a bit of paint. There we go. That is entirely too thin. I think it's 1k points. Nice. Okay. I'm excited to go to the temple and see my nephew, and also, everyone will be there thanks to this holiday. Amazing. Well, I hope you enjoy that. Say hi to the little one for me. Such a cute kid. Let's see. Is this the consistency that I want out of this? I'm not entirely sure. Let me try that again. Let me try getting a different consistency out of that before we go any further. Will do. Hey, Ultra Lord, what's good, bro? What's good, bro? Good to see you. Thanks for popping in, dog. How you been? How you doing? I was just asking chat what's one thing everyone's looking forward to this weekend. If you care to share what your thing is. If you got one. I hope you do. Oh yeah, that's good. That's a good consistency right there. Doing pretty well. Good, man. Good. I'm glad to hear you're doing well. Glad to hear you're doing well. How's your research been going? Is the AI behaving itself still so far? I guess. It's the question there. Alright, let's get that paint down. Let's see here. I'm going to be bringing a Flyrant, Neuro Tyrant, 10 Gargoyles, 10 Hormigons, Gene Stealers, or Horror Specs, and a Hive Crone. Ooh, that sounds like a very, very fun list. You know, I've been hearing a lot of good things about the Neuro Tyrant. What are your thoughts on it? I've been hearing it's been like included in a lot of top performing Tyranids lists recently. My brother's birthday is tomorrow, so we're gonna do some stuff for him. We're gonna go down to Richmond to a Games Workshop store. Actually, it's the store's anniversary, so they're selling a special Votanga. Oh, wonderful! First of all, happy birthday to your brother. Wow, so many birthdays, and also so many like Warhammer related birthday celebrations this weekend. Gosh, I'm jealous. I wish I could join y'all in your festivities, but I hope y'all have so much fun. Maybe I should go play some Warhammer this weekend. Well, I would, but my army's not finished quite yet. I'm trying to wait for it to be before I do any more gameplay. Especially Celestine, because she's going to be actually a pretty big part of my game plan going forward once she's finally finished. Oh yeah, see, I really like the blue here in the middle, being in the middle of the model. That just really makes everything pop so much more. Just want to get the call or whatever it is for a while. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, that model, I forget what his name is, but it's a pretty cool looking model. A lot of people really like it because it's like, it looks more like, it just looks more like old school inspired in general, which people seem to be a pretty big fan of. And I think it's a pretty cool looking model too. Just when we get that call or whatever it is for a while. Yeah, man. It's a toughness 8, 9 wound psyker with 18-inch 2d6 shot flamer that makes the shadow and the warp ability strong. Oh, wow. Okay. So that explains a lot about why people like the Neurotyrant. Okay, for only 135 points. That's pretty good. It's amazing how much value you're getting out of that for 130 points, or 35 points. Because you know what's only 5 points more expensive than that in the Sisters Codex? The frickin' Castigator. The tank we painted a while back, it's 140 points now. And it's just like, you don't, I mean, look, it's a great tank. It's my favorite battle tank out of the entire Sisters Codex, but like, look, you ain't getting that much value for 140 points. So like, the fact that you're getting that much value for 135 points, that's pretty sick. Was it that, did NIDS players, did y'all get like mostly points buffs, points nerfs out of the Unitorum Field Manual this time around, or was it kind of like a mix between the two? I know the Tyrannifex got nerfed pretty heavily for seemingly no reason, which was like kind of like a what the fuck kind of moment for y'all. And the AI is actually starting to behave, I think. Oh god, it took lots of tweaks, but I think it's actually learning the data. Sadly, it takes all day to run to make it into a usable state. Poor Tyrannifex, damn, we hate to see it. Poor T-boy, poor Tyrannifex, poor guy. Not Tyrese, hold on. Oh god, oh my god, point of view, you're Tyrese the Tyrannifex, and you just got nerfed. Yeah, poor Tyrannifex got done dirty. And it's like, for what? Let's see. Is this, oh, I see, no, that's still part of it too. Okay, so we actually do want to paint right up to like this line right here. Okay, I was trying to figure out like where exactly this core set like ends. It ends right about here, actually. So we paint right up to that line, that little detail right there. Or we can always go back and line that up and clean it up later. And they changed it so Overwatch can only be used once per turn, right? So not a shooting, yeah, no shooting flamers three times around. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, that's the reason why when I heard the Tyrannifex got nerfed, I was kind of like, oh, really? Because Overwatch got nerfed, and Overwatch was kind of like the main thing that made it so threatening to begin with, and so the fact that it got nerfed, I feel like meant that the Tyrannifex itself should have, if anything, if it should have gone up in points, it shouldn't have gone up nearly as much as it did. My brother hasn't stopped talking about the Tyranid Vanguard attachment since he got the Codex. He wants to run the trench coat bug. Is the trench coat bug the Norn emissary? Is that what people are actually calling it? The trench coat bug? If so, I'm dead. That's hilarious. Vanguard is what I'm running next. Nice. It's the Death Leaper. Oh, the Death Leaper, the Death Leaper, the Death Leaper. Gotcha. Oh, the Death Leaper looks really cool. That model's really sick. I was at my local game store yesterday just looking around, and they have a bunch of copies of the Biovore, and I know for a fact I'm going to be picking up a bunch of those for my Tyranid army later on down the line. So I was just taking a quick peeksies at them. Right. Let's see here. All right. Just gonna line that up a little bit better. Line that up a little bit better. And that looks pretty good. Gonna have to go back and clean up some of these lines, I think, in the future. Actually, it's a bug in a flesh jacket nonetheless. What a fantastically whimsical concept for a model. It's like, hello, yes, 3 tickets to Fast and Furious 10, please. Just 3 like little termagants stacked on top of each other in a flesh coat. Trying to sneak in to see an R-rated movie. Death Leaper Smasher Oh, Godzilla, oh, Godzilla, you just inspired the best, worst content idea in my mind. Hold on. Alright, hold on. Hold on. Alright, stand by. Brushes down, everybody. Brushes down. We have a very important question to answer before we go any further. Alright, here we go. Let's pull up the Death Leaper real quick. Alright. Death Leaper Smasher Pass. Wait, where's the is it up on the Games Workshop site? Hold on, let's see. Alright, so we can get the 3D view of it is what I'm looking for. Here we go. There we go. Where's the 3D viewer? Oh, careful. Hold on. Here we go. There we go. Oh my goodness. Look at that dumpy. Yeah, that's gonna be a pass from me, dog. Nikki says, is nid equals pass real? And you're very real for that. That was a very real contribution to the discourse, Nikki, and I'm glad. I am so glad that you made it. Thank you. Thank you truly from the bottom of all of our hearts. Have you seen people with the Neurolictor? What do you mean have I seen people with the... Wait, what do you mean have I seen people with the Neurolictor? I mean, in Baldur's Gate lets you fornicate with the Mind Flayer, so it's not that different, right? Fair enough. Godzilla, I don't know what you mean by with the Neurolictor. Could you be a bit more specific? Because I know that's the one. I mean, they all have a bunch of tentacles, but that's the one with like the tentacle like beard, basically. Oh god, I'm looking. Oh, hold on, I'm looking at the Neurolictor right now. God, this can only end one way. This. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. wow, so much, by the way, so many of like the Tyranid, oh yes, no, I know, yeah, no, I remember, I remember from a couple of weeks ago, yeah, I remember off the top of my head, yep, I know what you're talking about. Godzilla Nid. God damn it. Why did you make me remember that? Oh my god, I tried so hard to forget that. Oh god. Okay. What was I saying though? Yeah, so many of the not the Godzilla Nid. Look, I'm so used to saying your name Godzilla Nid. I'm replacing it with Tyranid, or Tyranid with it. Well, I'm glad you're getting a good laugh out of it. I'm glad I'm getting a good laugh out of it too, honestly. But what was I saying? Yeah, a lot of the Tyranid listings are like down right now. A lot of them are out of stock or temporarily unavailable online. I guess because they're working on refreshing the model range, and they're like they have to put like the newly, like the repackaged models up at some point. But yeah, it's like a lot of like you can't buy like half the Tyranids available on the website right now. But that's new model season for you, I suppose, and the new Godzilla faction in 40k. Look, if Games Workshop pulls a Wizards of the Coast and starts doing a bunch of crossover shit, right, you might end up seeing Godzilla Nid in the world of Warhammer 40k. You never know. Might end up seeing some Godzilla Nids. Okay. Okay, that needs to be black at some point. So I just gotta fill that in. We can do that at a different point in time. Right now, I'm trying to determine whether or not the edge of the core set should be blue. You know what? It's going to be blue. I'm gonna paint the edge too. Why not? Okay. It's also because they're the newest codex, so they're selling a lot because people want to follow that. That's true. People do want to follow the newest hotness, like the Biovore, and the Pyrovore kit is sold out, which makes sense because it seemed like that one was going to be like the most popular one of the new batch, and for good reason. It's a pretty freaking sick looking model. It's a tank. It's a bug. It's a tank bug. What more could you ask for? You know. I think maybe later on we'll go back and we'll pick that out in a different bluish tone, the edges there, just to make them catch the light a little bit more. There we go. All right. Okay. Nice. Get a little bit of shit right there, shit right there. Good news, the middle has to be black, so even if we get some blue paint on the middle part where like this, where it's like the zipper, that'll cover back up really nicely, really easily with some blue, with some black, not blued. For like a week, the only Nid thing were available were like the starter sets and the Parasite and Mortex. True. Yeah, because the Parasite and Mortex was like one of the newest, not one of the newest, like was like the newest model in the entire range, right? So it's like, it's not like that one needed like a refresh or anything like that. So it makes sense that it would get left behind. Also too, I think people are kind of just left it behind, like in general. Like I hear it's not like that hot. It's not that hot of a commodity among Tyranid players. At least that's my understanding. Let's see. Alright, so that's it for the core set. So let's turn our attention now to these highlights. I'm looking for, basically for areas that look like they've been a little bit neglected and need to get like a coat or two more of Bestigor flesh before we go any further. And I think I've identified such areas. Just mixing up the Bestigor right now. That should be pretty good. And actually, you know what? As we move into our sort of more yellowish colors, I'm going to go change my water real quick. Give me like 2 seconds, y'all. And we are back. We are back. There we go. Alright, cool beans. Got some fresh water, just to be on the safe side. Let's get this Bestigor flesh shaken back up. A little ASMR action for y'all right there. There you go. Alright. Perfect. Great consistency right there. Get our brush rolled up to a point. Very nice, like. There we go. Alright, so looking at these highlights, I know I want to get, like, for example, this highlight right here. I want to make this a little bit wider. Not too much wider, but I felt like it could be a little bit bigger, so we're going to make it a little bit bigger. This one looks like it could just use an extra coat, just to bring that brightness up a little bit. Right, because that's where we had gotten some, whatchamacallit on there the other night. We had gotten some, blue on there by mistake the other night. This also just looks like it could use a little bit of a brightening up too. Nice. This one could be smoothed out a little bit more. This one right here too. And then let's see what else was there that I kind of wanted to focus on. Oh, we got to get this shoulder pad, of course. Get this edge right here. There we go. Yeah, that ought to do it. That ought to do it. I think we have enough highlighting on the wings and such for that to be satisfactory, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. Alright. Cool beans. So what was that? 1, 2, 3 we basically just worked on. Okay, so I'll just make sure I avoid those as we go into this sort of next step here. Okay. So, glazing. Glazing is something I've never really done before, so you are all gonna watch me live in 1080p, 30 frames per second, figure out how to do this shit live for the first time ever. I mean, figure out how to do it. I did watch a tutorial, of course, a tutorial for this entire project, you know what I'm saying, but in terms of like the act of glazing itself, I'm gonna do a wee bit of practicing before we go any further. Thankfully, I do happen to have a bottle of Vallejo glaze medium to assist with the thinning down of the paints, so hopefully all this combined, we will have a very successful time with doing some glazing. Got our test model marine right here. This is what we're gonna use real quick to practice some quick fire glazing on the model before we go any further. I think is a good idea. I think that is a good idea. In case it hasn't become super obvious yet that I really want this project to succeed. And I'm willing to really take my time with it in order to ensure that it does. Get that nice and shaken up. Okay, we're gonna play around with some ratios here because I don't really know how strong this medium is. I'm just gonna go with a 1-to-1 mix, 1-to-1-ish mix of glaze medium to paint to start off with, and then we'll test the consistency on my thumbnail here. And if it's the right consistency, we'll move on. That's actually looking pretty good already. Here, let me rotate this so y'all can see it. Here it is right here, scrap brown. Yeah, that's actually looking pretty good already. It's amazing how like when you thin it down to a glaze consistency, how little paint you actually need. That looks pretty good actually. Like on my thumbnail right here, I don't know if you can see it. It's a little bright, but it looks like it might get the job done though. Let's see. Let's test it out on this Space Marine. So we're gonna go from the highlight, like for example on this model, into the scrag brown to smooth out the transition basically between the two is how we're gonna do this. We want to move into the color that matches the glaze, because when you paint, I learned this through watching this tutorial. When you paint, wherever your brush lands is the area that's going to have more paint deposited at it. So in this case, we want like the scrag brown to sort of blend in with itself to, you know, smooth out the transition here. So we're going to go from highlights into the scrag brown basically. And that's actually looking pretty good so far, I'm not gonna lie. I can't even really say for sure like where the transition line is as I'm doing this. So like that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. And I know it's gonna take like multiple layers, of course, to really get like a solid effect, but like right, if you look at the border between the blue and the rest of the brown, like right here on the shoulder pad, that actually looks pretty good so far. So yeah, my only concern is that it seems like it's a little pigment heavy. I'm not entirely sure, but I don't think adding more glaze medium is actually the move here. But I think it's just the way it's collecting on my thumbnail. Let me try doing another round of this real quick. Hold on. Grab some of that right there. Oh yeah, no, that's actually pretty thin. I think that's the right consistency right there. I think that's basically what we want to go for. So I'm going to do a couple more practice strokes on this test model here before we go any further though, just to be on the safe side really. And just to get used to the motions and whatnot. Okay, yeah. Kind of running out of areas on this model to do that. I should have done a few more whatchamacallits, a few more random color bursts just for my own usage. But it's okay though. We're making it work. So yeah, see, by starting off in the highlight tone and then going into the scrag brown, you see in the part where we start off, you can't even see any of the scrag brown glaze, and that's really the way it's supposed to. That's really the way it's supposed to work. Is if you look at where you start, you should really see nothing deposited there. Everything really should be where the brush stroke ends. And after several layers of doing this, we should get some really nice looking transitions. And if we need to course correct and bring back some of the Bestigor flesh, we're gonna actually do a not counter glaze. We're gonna do a different glaze with the Bestigor flesh, reversing the direction of the glazing to enhance these highlight areas and get them ready for the next steps too. And basically from here on, pretty much every paint we use from this point on in this process is going to be thinned down to a glaze-like consistency. So just keep that in mind if you happen to be following along at home. Let's see. Oh, I am so nervous to touch this model. Oh boy, here we go. No guts, no glory, Christian. Come on now. And to make the transition very smooth, it's going to take like several layers. So we're not expecting perfection out of this quite yet. We're not expecting perfection out of this entire project, period, really. The good news is when I touch the Bestigor flesh highlights, the edges are not just like flat out disappearing, which is good, because what that means is that I have this thinned down to the right consistency. You're braver than I tackling non-metallic metal. Thank you, dog. I appreciate that. Yep. Just trying to get them skills improved, you know? Trying to learn new skills. Hone some ones that I already have too, you know? Alright, got some Bestigor. Oh, not Bestigor. We got some Scrag Bound on the Bestigor right there by mistake. No worries. Kind of deposited pretty heavily right there by mistake. That's okay. We can fix that later. I barely have any paint on this brush. It's hard to tell how much paint is actually loaded onto my brush with this glazing shit. That's fine though. That looks fine. This is going to take several layers of glazing for it to actually start showing the visual result we want. Yep. This is it, you guys. This is what the majority of this process is going to look like. I shit you not. I shit you not. That's okay though. That is okay. The good news is, I feel like even though metal, the copper metal itself is kind of a hard metal to imitate with paint, brown itself is just a very forgiving color to paint with anyway. So like if there was ever a metal, I feel like if there was ever a metal I would want to specifically learn how to do NMM with, maybe copper is like the best choice for me personally. So there's that to consider as well. Almost flinched because I thought I heard something in my ear. I thought it was a bug in here or something, but it's just the music. There was like a little animal sound effect just now. See, because I'm not talking as much as I normally do while streaming and painting, I'm actually noticing the music for like the first time. Some things in the music that I've never noticed before. As if we were doing like an in-depth analysis on the music of Stream Beats by Harris Heller. Shoutouts to him though for putting together like these royalty-free music libraries for streamers to use though. Like when I was trying to get all this shit together, y'all, oh my god, discovering this came in so clutch. Came in so clutch. So yeah, shoutouts to him. I still have paint on my brush, right? Yes, I do. Wow. Actually, you know what? We're gonna actually glaze a fair bit. Because I actually put way too much Bestigor flesh on this shoulder pad, I think, in my opinion. I want more of that to be, I want more of this shoulder pad to be in shadow, so we are going to actually put more of it into shadow by glazing over it. Just to right the wrongs we made here. Now, as the glazes are drying all over the model, we are going to go in for second layers on up, basically. And yeah, we'll see what happens from there, pretty much. I might try a slightly different mixture of paint and glaze medium here in a little bit. Might try a slightly different ratio. I might try like 1 drop of medium to maybe like 2-ish drops of paint. Basically, I just want to try see what happens when I throw in more paint. Because I mean, like, well, the layers are supposed to be pretty transparent, but I feel like this might be too transparent. I'm not entirely sure though. Although this could very well be me as a beginner to non-metallic metal being like nervous about it and therefore overcompensating for my glaze thinness, and then I overshoot it and then I ruin it. So I don't know. We're gonna give this a couple of layers. We're gonna run this for a couple of layers and see what happens next. While Celestine herself is drying, I will do the wings instead. Sorry, give me 1 second. Let's see here. Sorry, just responding to a message from me mum before she texted. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay. Whew, sorry about that, guys. Okay, wings. Yes, let's glaze these real quick. Alright, let's see here. I'm basically going to be checking the consistency of this paint every time I pick some of it up. Alright. Yeah, I gotta keep a close eye on this stuff, y'all. Because if there's one thing about miniature painting that low-key took me like the longest time to like figure out for myself, it's how to thin my paints, which is kind of the whole thing of miniature painting in a way. In a way. Of course, knowing how to thin your paints goes a long way toward achieving ultimate success. But alas. These are all just the first layers. You know, it's so funny, like when you watch tutorials on YouTube, it makes you feel like painting should go a lot faster than actually it really does most of the time. And this right here is like high-key reminding me about that fact as I sally forth here. But it is all good. It is all working towards something. It is all working towards something. So here we are, you know, here we are. Let's see. Got nothing on the wings proper, so that's fine to touch. Okay, that's the wings for now. Let's move back to Celestine herself, see how all of our different highlights are doing. Okay, it's like dry in some areas. Might need to wait for this to dry a little bit more before we continue on. Gotta love the fast forward button. Oh god, yeah. Wonder if I should have like a separate little lid or something off to the side with which to mix this glazing compound of mine up into. So I feel like putting it back into the same cup is not advisable unless I like soak up like the little excess from the first run. In fact, I think I'll just do that just to be on the safe side. Honestly, videos make me feel as though I can bite off larger projects than I have the time to work on all the time. Much has been added to the closet of shame because of that. Ah, the closet of shame. Sheesh. That's a fair point, or that's a ultra. Oh my god, that's a fair point, Ultra Lord. That's a fair point. The struggle with glazing seems to be the same struggle with watercolor, and all I gotta say is good luck, and it just takes practice. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Zeal, thank you. Gosh, I remember like learning about watercolor in like middle school and absolutely freaking despising it. Shit was hard. Honestly, videos make me feel as though I can bet off larger products than I have the time for. Yeah, that's true. That's fair. That's real. That is very real. Let's see, it's got like a little bit more paint than last time. We'll mix that up. Oh, see, now that's definitely too thick. That's definitely not a glaze consistency. I'm gonna dip, but I can't wait to see how this one turns out. Okay, thank you for coming in, Zeal. Appreciate you. Have a good night, alright? Appreciate you stopping by, as always. That's gonna be 2 drops of thinner, not thinner, of glaze medium for sure. Let's see here. Oh, that actually looks great. Hold on. It definitely looks, the pool of it definitely looks darker than the original mix at first, but actually that looks really good. This actually I think is probably what I was going for the first time. Hold on. Hold on. See, it's always better to overcompensate when it comes to thinning, because you can always very easily reverse that. The same cannot be said as if you or rather, not that you can easily reverse it. If you put like super thin paint on a model, you can always just add more layers to compensate. Putting thick paint on a model is far more complicated, far more involved, far more cumbersome, and hazardous to the model in some cases. So lowballing it the first time around actually is not the worst thing that could have happened to us there. Not at all. Not at all. It was arguably the best thing that could have happened to us there, really. We're just taking little brush loads at a time. And again, doing the same thing. The knee here looks pretty dry, so let's... time to fuck around and find out, I guess. Oh yeah, that looks good. That's looking pretty good. Two thin coats is a meme, but it's the truth. Yep. It's the meme. It's a meme for a reason. It's a meme because it is the truth. Now wait, let me actually take a look at how this looks on the test model before I go any further. That would actually be something interesting to see. Okay. Yeah, on the test model, that actually all looks really good. Actually, all looks very, very good. Yeah, that actually looks really good. I am so glad I prepared a test model for this project because holy crap. What would I do without a practice dummy in this instance? I don't know. Je ne sais fucking pas. As the French say. Let's get a few reps in before we go any further on the actual model. Just to be on the safe side, you know? There we go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, my initial reaction is that this is good. This is a good blend. I think we can continue on just like this. I think we can continue on just like this. Yeah, I think it's safe to say we can continue on like this. Alright, so let's do exactly that, I guess. Let's see, get both knees here. Make at least a little bit of, I'm realizing I have to make at least a little bit of contact with the Vestigore flesh just to get the transition to smooth out a little bit more. It's got to overlap a little bit, not much, but it's got to overlap enough to be noticed, to just barely touch it, really. I'm gonna try loading up my brush a little bit more, but then also rolling it off too to compensate. Just to make sure we actually have like a good load of paint on there. They've been kind of lowballing it this entire time thus far. go. Whoop. Let's see. Okay. Let me hit the elbow right here. Now, my understanding is that, like, the lines, for example, aren't really gonna, the lines around, like, or the borders of all the highlight sketching are not gonna, like, entirely disappear per se, but they should at least end up being, like, fuzzier than they were when we first started out. So that's kind of what we're looking out for here as we continue on. Gotta hit these hit plates right here on the side too. I haven't gotten to those yet. There we go. All right. I am sleepy, y'all. It has been a week. My body feels like more relaxed than it has all week because the temperatures have gone down now. Ugh. So I am feeling the exhaustion that has been pent up in my body all week just sort of wash over me all at once. Let me hit the wings real quick for its second pass. Here we go. Gotta do the halo. Almost forgot about the halo. Okay. There you go. Every time I'm painting my model, every time I'm painting my model goes through an ugly ducking stage, and then the model stay there forever until it looks great. Yeah, for real. I'm like noticing that too. I'm like noticing as I'm sitting here painting, I'm like noticing this impatience sort of rising up in me. Not out of a desire to get the model done necessarily, but because of the fact that like I'm just worried that I'm doing it wrong because I'm not seeing any results immediately. Whoa, that's fucking deep. So like I start to like get a little anxious about it. But yeah, no, paint through the pain. That's real. That is real. That is so real. That is solid advice. While I'm waiting on the glazes to dry, let me show y'all actually some projects that were the exact antithesis to what we are doing here tonight that I worked on earlier this week. So I mentioned last week that I had purchased Ephrael, Stern, and Kiganil a while ago. They were just sitting on my shelf forever. Then I got a Dialogus last weekend, and so I decided to sort of speed paint both of those up. I finished the Dialogus a couple of nights ago, but here she is. I'll show y'all her real quick. Actually, low-key, both of these were sort of my favorite speed painting jobs so far. I really like the way this Dialogus turned out. This is all Army Painter speed paint using some colors that y'all have seen, like this copper speed paint. Y'all have seen these before. You've seen like the parchment color. That's Pallid Bone. The 2.0 Pallid Bone is really freaking good. It is way better than the 1.0 version. But yeah, I really like the way this Dialogus turned out. And then Ephrael Stern here, I think, also turned out really nice too. I decided to do a white armor with copper accents and blue cape for her because my sort of headcanon for her is that she comes from the same order as the rest of my sisters, but from a parallel universe. So I decided to invert the color scheme more fully than I have in the past to sort of like match that vibe. Gave her a glowing pink power sword because I just wanted to really use the pink speed paint. And yeah, painting white armor with Army Painter speed paint, not bad. So remember how, gosh, which project was it? Oh yeah, on the Celestine Sacrosancts, we kind of looked at the white paint blinding light. Thanks Godzone. Thank you, Connor. I appreciate that. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you, Ultra Lord. We looked at like the Celestine Sacrosanct cloaks, and those like, oh, I had painted them using blinding light, but it's like, what was so blinding about them? Well, with Stern, after I primed her black, I just gave her an all-over coat of white acrylic ink. And then I applied the blinding light speed paint. Where is it? I have it right here somewhere. This is the pink, by the way, that her sword's made of. Familiar pink. I freaking love this color. I need to find more excuses to use this freaking color. Let's see. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, so see, here's blinding light right here, right? This is the one from a while back. So yeah, that's applied all over the armor. Then I just took some traditional white acrylic paint to do some quick highlights here and there all over the armor. And with that, it's like honestly pretty dope. She also has a really well sculpted face too. So like going back to what we were talking about last week, Nikki, about the faces and painting faces kind of sucking ass. Her face was not so bad, actually. Hers was actually pretty easy to work with, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the way these two turned out. I'm looking forward to speed painting Kiganil next. Here he is right here, still primed. So see, this is the type of priming job I gave to actually all three of the models, to the Dialogus and to Stern as well. So this is like what's underneath all of them. The white ink didn't cover perfectly, but there's still like plenty of black peeking through. But nevertheless, though, like this is a good place to work from, given the colors I want to use with him, and it's still gonna make like the brighter colors. I'm gonna give him familiar pink sword blades too, because I figured it would like be kind of like a cool like little piece of like, I don't know, like parallel world tech. I saw those models in store. Why are they sold together? Isn't he an Eldar? Yes, he is an Eldar. So the lore behind Stern and Kiganil, actually, let me where is it? Is it in my, give me 1 second. I'll read you, let me go get my 9th edition codex. I'll be right back. All right, we are back, and I brought my 9th edition codex with me, aka the Good Sisters book, with me. Let me find Ephrael Stern and Kiganil's lore entry. There we go. All right, friends, settle in. It's story time, I guess, real quick. Because we're still actually waiting for our glazes to dry, so this is actually a good little diversion here, I suppose. Let's see here. So actually, let me no. Here's what I'll do. I will let me pull them both into the frame. Have them on display, I guess, a little bit while we talk about them. While we talk shit about them. No, I'm kidding. While we talk about them real quick. Here we go. There we go. Perfect. All right. Focus the camera a little bit. Maybe zoom in on them too. All right, settle in, friends. It's story time. Ephrael Stern and Kiganil of the Bloody Tears. Ephrael Stern has fought insurrectionists, mutants, abominations of the warp, and Xenos monstrosities beyond count in defense of the Imperial Creed. Her skill at arms is beyond question, though accusation of her heretical powers manifesting in her presence have led her and her Eldari comrade Kiganil to an existence as nomadic outcast warriors. Ephrael Stern was once a seraphim of the Order of Our Martyred Lady, though she has since been known by many other epithets. Thriceborn, the Demonifuge, Sainted Savior and Heretical Witch have all been used either in laudatory praise or hate-filled condemnation. No records of her existence remain in the sanctuary in which she once trained and prayed. If any survive, then they may be inside the Order's fortress shrine within the Convent Sanctorum, or perhaps in the private archives of certain high-ranking Inquisitors Hereticus. That such individuals are concerned with her deeds is a reflection of the suspicion in which Stern is now held, but it was not always thus. It was on Parnas, during an expedition to discover the fate of a lost Order Pronatus, that Stern was slain in battle against the minions of a greater demon of Slaanesh. Oof, that's tough. This loathsome demon had physically ensnared the 700 sisters of the Lost Order and forged them into a single flesh prison formed of their bodies. The creature's followers called the unholy creation the Screaming Cage, for the sisters who formed it suffered endless agonies. Yet while the Screaming Cage tormented their conjoined bodies and magnified their pain, the damned sisters were also fused in mental and spiritual might, united in their faith. Stern's selfless act gave the entities of the Screaming Cage their chance. Seizing the opportunity, they poured their spiritual strength into Stern's fallen form. In a blaze of righteous power, Stern was propelled back to life as a tremendously potent and gifted champion against the servants of chaos. Since that day, Ephrael Stern has had to battle not only the worshippers of the dark gods, but also those of her own Imperium who believe her to be irrevocably tainted. Though they might find their fuel in faith, Stern's powers manifest themselves in a supernatural fashion that many have mistaken for, or chosen to condemn as, witchery. She is stronger and faster than any of her sisters, unleashing searing bolts of holy judgment upon her foes, and when death has claimed her, she has returned to life each time. Okay, quick aside, why the fuck can she not resurrect in-game? Why is Celestine the only model that can resurrect herself in-game if apparently Ephrael Stern can also stand back up too in lore? That'd be pretty freaking cool. Anyway, I'm not salty, I'm not bitter, I promise. Where am I? Okay, here we go. In this era of proliferating psychic mutation, yeah, right, Nikki? In this era of proliferating psychic mutation and heresy, such supernatural occurrences are more than enough to render Stern a target for more than one zealot. Nor is she helped by the company she keeps. Bound together by the strands of fate, she travels with an Eldari known as Kiganil, or simply the Pariah. Once this warrior was a harlequin, of the Laughing God. Now he is a wanderer, an outcast from his own people who has found his place at Stern's side. Kiganil has brought Stern by dark paths to the repository of forbidden lore known as the Black Library, and it is through him that Stern has made contact with the Inari, though none but she yet know the true purpose in this. It must take her more than 6 turns to res, bro. Oh my god, don't even get me started. Man, she is pretty cool in game. She since she's with Kiganil, she has access to the webway. So she can deep strike with him. They have pretty decent melee. In 9th edition, their melee used to be kind of really stupid good. Now, because Sisters melee has kind of been like nerfed across the board, there's kind of not much to them anymore, but they're still good. They, you know, they get lone operative. Like I said, they can deep strike, so they're good for going to nab an objective. You know, they can dish out a pretty decent amount of melee for a standalone unit, you know. So not bad, not bad. So yeah, that didn't necessarily answer your question, I guess, Nikki. It didn't say why Kiganil travels with her, but they're bound together by fate, so I guess they're just besties for life, in a way. Or re-life in the case of Stern. I'm gonna have to look up if there's a book on those two. I've only read one book about this, it's just so I don't know a whole lot about them. I'm pretty sure there is a book. Let me see. Ephrael Stern book. Oh yeah, there are a couple actually. Yeah, here we go. Where's the one? Let's see, I know there's one that's got like her name in the title. Yeah, so there is David Annandale's Ephrael Stern, the Heretic Saint, for starters. I don't know if that's what you would start off with her necessarily, but there's that. There's also where else? I know there's one more. I think it's called Demonifuge. Let's see. Well, here it is on Google Books. Oh, this one's kind of old. Maybe not this one. This is not the one I'm looking for, I think. Where is it? Looks like this is the one they have like on the website. But yeah, I guess that's one book you could find. They probably fight together, I assume, because they're both against Slaanesh. Yeah, honestly, that would make sense. I imagine like especially like because like the Harlequins would like fucking hate her too, or them rather. I'm pretty sure it's just like they both hate Slaanesh, and so they see like they seem as though they have a common goal to fight against the forces of her evil Demonica and whatnot. Ooh, sorry guys, real quick. Ooh, shoot, my hand just cramped up out of. Ooh, my hand cramped up out of nowhere. Shoot. Oof. That did not feel good. Okay. I'm alright. I'm okay. I'm perfectly fine, y'all. I'm perfectly fine. I promise. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm chilling. Alright. Back to painting. Back to reality. Zoom back out a wee bit. There we go. And that's more or less in focus. Alright, cool. Moving on. So this has congealed a little bit. We're gonna need to add more glaze medium. Because I did sit around and let this dry a little bit, unfortunately. That's okay. One more drop should do the trick. Just to reactivate that. Whew, this poor brush will have gone through some shit by the time we are through with it, y'all. That's good. Alright, perfect. We're back. We are back to glazing. Almost forgot the inside of the kneecap here. Glad my eye caught that just now. There we go. There we go. Gotta get the knees too. Easy to forget these since they're kind of obscured. But we must not forget the knees. And someone's engine just backfired outside the door. Fantastic. Not the door, the window. That is not a door near me. Silly goose. Oof. There we go. Okay. Now we just let all that dry yet again, and we move on to the wings in the meantime, between time. Give ourselves another task to complete, another task to fulfill. Okay. Part of me is beginning to wonder if I maybe, like, shouldn't have layered on, like, put 2 thin coats on for my Bestigor Flesh highlight sketches. I wonder if that might have not been the move. Or maybe it's just that because I did that, that's why I'm going to end up needing more layers. And like, that's not necessarily a bad thing because it makes brighter highlights. It does make for brighter highlights. I just have to pay the cost that comes with that. No, it's fine to do that. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know, at least. Thank you, Nikki, for the confirmation / reaffirmation there. Okay. Nikki, how long would you say it's been since you painted like your first like non-metallic metal model? I think you said your first project was also Celestine, right? Or was it a different model? First and only was Dante. Dante, that's right, not Celestine, it was Dante. Sorry, I remember you had said last stream that you had commented on how like Celestine's a good model to start off with. Practice with some Blood Angels trim before that. Gotcha. Okay, cool. Cool. Dante. That's a cool model. The new Dante model is really cool. Like, I don't play Blood Angels, but he's one of those models that, like, even though I don't play the army for that model, I would probably get it at some point just to have. It's so cool. Okay. It's very subtle, but our glazing is having the desired effect thus far. It is starting to deepen the shadows. Dante's my favorite character. I was stoked when they refreshed him. His old model was terrible. Yeah, his old model was pretty, I guess the word I would use would be like uninspired. That old Dante model seemed pretty uninspired to me. I am not gonna lie. I am not going to lie. Ooh. I don't know if y'all heard that. I just cracked my neck. What color do you paint for the plan to use for the highlights? Good question. So after Bestigor Flesh, the plan is to use this color right here, Vallejo Model Color Sunny Skin Tone. This is the color recommended in the tutorial that I watched. And then we're going to do like a pure white on top of all of that, just like for the finest points on the model. So yeah, it's going to be Sunny Skin Tone on top of Bestigor Flesh, and then pure white. And then for the shadows, first it's going to be Doombull Brown. It's going to be Doombull Brown. And then it's going to be a 1-to-1 mixture of Doombull Brown and Rhinox Hide. Sorry, not Doombull Brown and Rhinox Hide, actually. It's going to be a 1-to-1 mixture of Rhinox Hide and Incubi Darkness for the next tier of shadow. And then it's going to be pure Incubi Darkness for the deepest shadows. To sort of reflect how, copper, when it oxidizes, has that bluish color to it. So to create like that very subtle bluish tint in like the darkest recesses, we're going to use Incubi Darkness. You feel it? Nice. Glad you see the vision too. I'd say Dante's old model was just dated it was made about the standard level of dynamic and pretty detailed. Oh yeah, like for the time, yeah, sure. Let's see. I could struggle. Old Commander Dante model. Oh yeah, here's a side. Actually, yeah, here's a side-by-side comparison of the two. Actually, hold on. Pull this up for y'all to see. Oh, this is from Goonhammer. Nice. Tabs are all good. Okay. Yeah, here's a side-by-side comparison between the old model and the new one. Yeah, yeah, you could tell. Yeah, the old Commander Dante model definitely like fits like the scale of old Warhammer for sure. Yeah, I do like the increased level of detail on things like the axe up here. Like you look at the wing. Armor looks awesome. The sculpting on the legs, my goodness. I gotta go to his gym, goddamn. But yeah. There we go, right there. When it was made. It's super top heavy, the base is small, it constantly tipped over. Oh wait, really? Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, it looks real. The old model does really look quite top heavy with the jump pack and everything. Like the jump pack is literally bigger than his torso, or like, it's not that it's bigger than his torso, it's that it's significantly bigger than his torso. I can see how that'd make for a very top heavy model. Yeah. Oh, that's right. I remember like way back when I first started streaming, you said that same thing. Like you had literally just gotten it, and then the new one was announced the next day. Oh, that was a big old frickin' rip. Here's that lid I wanted to use. I found that. Nice. Yeah, you had to weigh down the old metal jump pack, guys. Oh, really? I didn't realize the old Dante model was metal. That's even harsher then. That's even more unwieldy then. This looks like it could use more thinner question mark, or maybe not. I think we're fine. Ah! There we go. I hate failcast. Oh yeah, failcast sucks. When I was a resident horribly made. I tried to refund it, but Games Workshop said no. That they called me and my family stupid and ran away. No, oh god, that's freaking awful, dude. Yeah, I had a very similar failcast experience with Trazyn the Infinite. I had just gotten the model, certainly not to use in game, because this is for my Necron's army, because this was back during 9th edition when Necron characters were like by and large just terrible. But I wanted Trazyn because he's my favorite character from the lore, right? And if I had known he was fine cast before I clicked buy, I would not have purchased him. Because up until that point, I had only purchased plastic models, because that's all I thought was there. And that's how I even discovered Failcast to begin with, really, was through my purchase of Trazyn. I still have it, it's just like sitting in a box somewhere. Yeah, it's like, I'm like, oh, 3 pieces, how bad could this be? Pretty fucking bad is the answer. I thought that should have been, I thought that was gonna be like a slam dunk of a build process. Nah. I have a Vlad von Karnstein, and his sword was bent to a Z shape. What the hell? Vlad von Karnstein, is he a, I'm guessing he sounds like he's a blood angel. Is that true, Ultra Lord? Let me test the consistency of this out real quick. This is looking like it might be a little too thick. Oh. Well, there's certainly too much of something on there, that being water. From Warhammer Fantasy. Okay, I got you. Yes, I agree, Nikki. I was just thinking to myself, they really should refresh it. If they're not going to refresh, if they don't refresh the rest of like the humongous Necron character roster, then the one character who definitely deserves to be refreshed is certainly our boy Trazen the Infinite. He certainly deserves to get a refresh, if anything else. If no one else, rather. If no one else. Rip my vampire accounts. They're not being fully supported in Old World. No! Sadness. We hate it. We hate to see it when a beloved army does not get a decent amount of support from the maker. Yeah, so this is definitely thicker than original. Than it was originally. Might be time for another soak up and remix. Actually, not soak up, because I actually have my little jar lid here actually that I will use instead to mix everything up. Yes. Here we go. Okay. So we're gonna go back to that original 1-to-1 mixture, because that seemed to actually work quite nicely for our purposes here. So I'm gonna go back to that. Not sure exactly how much paint that is, but that looks like it should be just fine. Well, I need to use a different fingernail for testing. That looks pretty good. A bit thick, I think. Maybe one more drop of glaze medium, actually. This is really quite testing my thinning skills. That looks pretty good. Let's see how it looks on skin. Actually, how much paint did I put in there? God damn, hold on. I actually need one more drop. I thought I just grabbed like a drop's worth of paint for my brush, but maybe I didn't. Maybe I picked some up on the way out of the pot, and that's what's going on here. Or no, you know what it might be actually? It might be, because this is like kind of papery, the inside of this lid, it might be absorbing some of the medium as it makes contact with it. I might have to stop using this. But we got the right consistency this time, so for now, it should be fine. For now, it should be fine. I think too, also, what is this, like the third layer of paint we've applied at this point too? So There's that to keep in mind too, that the reason why it's looking darker on the model is because the layers are actually like congealing now at this point. They're coming together now. Come together right now, you and me. And again, if we find we've done too many layers, that's totally fine. We will have the opportunity to correct that in the next step. So it's nothing to really fear. Whew. Whew. Someone told me that this was going to take, or feel like it's going to take 1,000,000 years. I just hope that I'm spending these 1,000,000 years of painting very wisely here and doing things the way that they are supposed to be done. Because I would hate to get further down the line and discover that I haven't been doing shit right the entire time. Because that would suck a lot. You know what? Why did I put a highlight there? That skull is definitely going to be like a bone color. It's not going to be metal. Oh. At least I saw that now. And not later. When I've already painted it. When I've already painted it in non-metallic metal, right? Unless you're painting the wrong model, you're doing it right. Dang, that's a bar right there, Nick. Yo, wait. Dang, wait. That's so real. That is so real. Yo. Nikki with the Yoda levels of wisdom up in chat. Speaking of Yoda, does anyone has anyone in here watched the new Ahsoka show, the new Star Wars Ahsoka show? Anyone either of y'all interested in Star Wars? I'm pretty sure you're both interested in Star Wars if I remember correctly, although correct me if I am wrong. I do feel one of the worst things you could be mistaken for, low-key, nowadays is a Star Wars fan. Shoot, I forgot that exists. No, I did too, Nikki, and then I heard a lot about the most recent episodes, and apparently there's some pretty lit shit in there. I won't say explicitly what it is, in case you haven't seen what I have seen. But based on what I have seen, I've just been kind of like, oh, maybe I should check this out. Which I feel like, I can't help but feel like it was part of their plan. Like, I don't know what it is, but like Disney Star Wars, they cannot resist the urge to freaking spoil their own shit. It's crazy. Like, they will spoil like the ending or like a key moment to like their shows like all the time. I'm just like, why? Marvel does the same thing too. I'm like, guys, like I would have watched the entire freaking thing for this moment, then I realized like, oh yeah, I would watch the entire freaking thing for this moment. That's the reason why they threw it into the marketing. I'm so behind on Star Wars, it's not even funny. Let's see, where am I with Star Wars? I still have never seen Rebels, although at this point I know all the major plot points of that show, so I don't feel like I have to watch Rebels to understand more modern Star Wars shit. Let's see. I did not watch Mandalorian season 3. I need to watch that. I need to finish Andor, which is actually really freaking good. Diego Luna, he ate in that, and low-key, like, I know he's not going to, but I hope he wins the Oscar. Oh, not the Oscar, the Emmy. I hope he wins the Emmy for lead actor in a drama. He got nominated for that for Andor, right? Let me double check that. Let me double check to make sure I'm not blowing smoke here. Emmy nominations 2023. Nominees. Let's see, select category. I want lead actor in a drama. No, it's not for a drama. What is it? Was it limited series? Where is it? Select category. This website is laid out terribly. It's probably limited series, right? Wait, where is he? It's not here either. Wait, where? I know for, hold on. I know he got nominated for something. Hold on. Oh, no. I was wrong. He did not get nominated, but Andor itself is nominated for best drama series. Yes. It's nominated for visual effects, writing, cinematography, directing, music composition, outstanding drama, and sound editing, which is like one of like the sort of industry ones that they don't put in the broadcast, but is ever so important. Yeah, no, it's really impressive, Ultralord, to see like a Star Wars show up there with the big dogs, because like the Emmys this year are kind of, it's basically like a one-on-one duel between Succession and season 2 of The White Lotus. They dominate, like for example, this is so silly, I thought, in the supporting actor for drama category there are 8 nominees, and the nominees are Nicholas Braun, Matthew Macfadyen, Alan Ruck, and Alexander Skarsgård for Succession, and then it's F. Murray Abraham, Michael Imperioli, Theo James, and Will Sharp, all for The White Lotus, which means that category, there are 8 imagine that. There are 8 nominees for a single category. And it's a 4v4 from the same, against the same, it's a 4v4 between the same 2 shows. 4 from one, 4 from the other. Like, that's freaking, imagine if the Oscars were like that. Imagine if you had like only basically two movies represented in a single category. Like, that's just fucking wild to me. There's also 2, there was another one that was kind of silly like that too. Was it lead actor? With lead actor in a drama. With lead actor in a drama, it's it's 3 different actors from Succession. It's Brian Cox, Kieran Culkin, and Jeremy Strong, and then Pedro Pascal got in there for The Last of Us. Shout outs to The Last of Us. The Last of Us, they're putting in some work this award season too. Bob Odenkirk is in there for Better Call Saul, and then Jeff Bridges somehow got in there for The Old Man, which, good for him, honestly, good for him. Let's see, yeah, The Last of Us got 24 nominations. Yeah, Kevon Montreal Woodward, I'm so happy that this kid got nominated. He was fucking fantastic in that show. Youngest Emmy nominee ever, which is really freaking cool. Yeah, and it's funny because some of these actors are kind of not double dipping, but it's like they're nominated for like a bunch of different shows. They're nominated for a bunch of the different HBO shows that they were in this past year. Last of Us was insane. I agree. They did such a good job. The one thing I hate for their sake is the fact that the PC launch, which was obviously planned to coincide with like the release of the show, was so poor. That game was so poor at launch. It's like, bro, come on. But you know, PC ports are gonna PC port, you know. PC ports are gonna PC port, I guess. Let's see, what is this? That is application audio capture. I'm going to really quickly look at my notes in order to figure out what I should do next. Search my notes real quick. Let's see. I wrote down some what to do's at certain points of the project, etc. Let's see. Okay. Alright. Yeah, so we're still going to be doing a couple more layers of this glazing step, of this particular glazing step. And then from there, we should get to refining the highlights, sort of bringing back some of them. Yeah. Alright, cool. Cool. We just gotta wait for this to dry a little bit more. And then we shall move on. Paging down just to see what to do next. So after the Scrag Brown, go into Bestigor Flesh. After Bestigor Flesh, we go into Doombull. Okay, so it's Doombull next. Okay, that's what I thought. I did say it right earlier. Okay, at first I was second guessing myself. I thought I might have said it wrong in the wrong order earlier, but no, I in fact did not. Alright, cool. We are doing pretty alright here. Cool beans. Dude, I'm building a pair of helicopters and the flight stand and blades need to be magnetized. Fighting for my life. Bro, wait, the blades? Oh, brother. What type of helicopter is it, Ultralord? Okay. They're HKP 9s. Ooh, what are they? Are they for like a particular game? Is like for a particular war game, or are they just like models for like your collection or something? They're a Cold War era helicopter used by most of Europe. They're going to be part of my Swedish army for Team Yankee. It's 15mm Cold War gone hot in the early 1980s. Oh, cool. Nice. So 15mm. So that's like pretty like those are like pretty. Those are pretty small miniatures then, if that's the case, right? I'm guessing like 15mm refers to like the scale of like the in this case maybe like the infantry bases, right? 15mm, is that like pretty much on the scale of like Epic Warhammer, or no, not really? Yeah, oh, 15mm tall. Okay, gotcha. For some reason I was thinking of the bigger than Epic. Okay, I was thinking base size. Not height. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha, that makes sense. All right. Neato. All right. Whew. I think this is the most amount of time we have ever spent waiting on. Epic is like 5mm, I want to say. Oh wow, okay, that is really tiny. Holy crap. This is like the most amount of time we have spent like waiting on paint to dry, I feel like, in the middle of a stream. I never had a project, because I think now that I think about it, it's like thinking about all the projects we've done, all 3 of them so far. We've been using like speed painting techniques by and large. 40K used to be considered 28mm, but it's more like 32mm now with the scale creep. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, especially because you think about the way like Primaris Marines are so much taller than like original Firstborn models. Sorry to bring up Firstborn again, Connor. I know. Be strong, buddy. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it. um, um, what was I gonna say? You know what we're gonna do while we wait for this next layer to dry? We're gonna play another round of the movie grid game, because you know what I just realized? I did not do yesterday's puzzle. So we are going to go back and play that. Or actually, no, I did do yesterday's puzzle, I think. Did I do this extra archived one? I did not. Ooh, this is going to be good. Okay, this is a good one, guys. All right, here we go. So, we got Denzel Washington. We got lots of actors on this one. This is a very actor-heavy grid. Okay, well, first of all, Tom Hanks and Christopher Walken, that's easy. That's going to be Catch Me If You Can. For sure. Yeah, 100%. Okay. Denzel Washington. I cry for poor Vulcan Histon. Why? Why? Oh yeah, because because technically he's not legal anymore, is he? Because he's like, he was like, well, he's a Firstborn Marine, right? Let's see. Denzel Washington released from 2000 to 2010. There are lots of options, but I'm going to go with Remember the Titans. I'm pretty sure that was 2000. Yeah, there we go. That's a good one. This one seems easy. Maybe to you, Nikki, this one seems easy, but for me, I feel like I might low-key struggle with this one. I mean, Denzel Washington and drama. I mean, like, you're spoiled for choice there. I'm going to just pick one. I'm going to pick Fences right there. Tom Hanks released from 2000 to 2010. 2010 Tom Hanks. You know what? Let's go with a classic. Let's go with the Da Vinci Code. There we go. There we go. Nice. And a Tom Hanks drama. That's easy too. We can do Philadelphia for that one. Yeah. Oh fuck. You know, that also works for if Denzel and Tom were on two separate axes, that would have worked perfect. That would have been the perfect movie. Christopher Walken and Denzel, that's gonna be tricky for me. Let's see. He's legal, I think, but then little chance he gets upgraded to Primaris. I see. So it's like you kind of feel bad for him getting kind of left in the dust in terms of like models and shit. I get that. Let's see. Robert De Niro and drama. Wait, oh fuck. Okay, hold on. I gotta be careful here because I'm thinking Raging Bull, classic pick. Oh, you know what? I can actually make this a lot easier on myself. Let's just go with The Irishman. Because the reason why I hesitated on that one is because I feel like Christopher Walken was also in Raging Bull too. I don't know, I only ever saw that movie like once, and it was like years ago, like when I was sitting with my dad in our living room back home in Virginia. I want to say Christopher Walken was. I'm not gonna cheat. But I'm gonna try Raging Bull and see what happens. Okay, that didn't work. I thought so. Oh my god. Oh, my dad would absolutely kill this grid though. These are like three of his favorite actors, literally on the side right here. Oh shoot. Okay. Robert De Niro released from 2000 to 2010. Oh, what's the one with fucking Ben Stiller in it? Is it Meet the Fockers? Was he in that? Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Meet the Fockers. Okay. What about Robert De Niro and Christopher? Oh god, okay. Well, I'm not gonna get all 8 because I only have one guess left. Denzel and Christopher Walken. Was he in one of the Equalizer movies? Nope. And Man on Fire. Yeah, look, literally as soon as you sent that message. Nikki, yep. Boom. There it is. Man on Fire. There you go. And then the Deer Hunter. Really interesting. Hold on. So which square was that again? That was Robert De Niro, Christopher Walken. Okay. You just saw Deer Hunter again. Oh, nice. Let's see. I'm curious to see if there were, because only 80, I mean, that's most people, but 89% of people got this one. I wonder if there is another possibility for that square, out of curiosity. Let's try it. Robert De Niro and Christopher Walken. Wow, first result, Deer Hunter. Let's see. Nothing I would have heard of or seen. The Deer Hunter's kinda the only one. Okay. Alright, but I haven't seen it. I've heard of this movie, I just haven't seen it. Okay. Okay. Not a bad run. Not a bad run. Let's see, if we go back to movie grid, let's see. Let's go to yesterday's game. Oh wait, I did do yesterday's game already. Oh yeah, yesterday's game was a fucking cakewalk. Spoilers for yesterday's game, but like, well, it was like Brie Larson, Robert Downey Jr., Hugh Jackman, Scarlett Johansson, action, and released from like 2005 to 2015. Like, look at this. I literally have the entire Iron Man trilogy in the middle row right here. And then Prestige, which I felt very big brained for remembering that Scarlett Johansson was in the Prestige. Threw in Scott Pilgrim right here for release from 2005 to 2015 for Brie Larson. I would be so bad at it. I don't know, Ultralord. I feel like you would be better. You would be better at this than I feel like you're giving yourself credit for. You know a decent amount about movies. You know a decent number of movies. I feel like where it would probably get you is actors. Yes, exact. Look, you literally took the words right out of my mouth as soon as your chat popped up. Am I excited about the new Scott Pilgrim? Yes. I'm actually so excited about that. I'm really looking forward to seeing that. I fucking love the Scott Pilgrim movie. I think it's probably my favorite Edgar Wright movie. It's like that or Baby Driver are my favorite ones. Hey, Jordan was good, bro. You did Sherlock Holmes for the middle. Ooh, that's good. That's good. That's some good out of the box thinking right there, because like it's hard to think of. I feel like it's so hard to think of other action movies that Robert Downey Jr. has done, because I mean he was fucking Iron Man. But yeah, no, I'm very excited for Scott Pilgrim. The thing that makes me happy about Scott Pilgrim is that the actors who were in the movie loved it so much, and like it was just like an overall really fun experience for all of them. And like, you know, anytime like a Scott Pilgrim project is like, you know, brought up as being like in development, all of them are so down to reprise their roles, which I really freaking love. Even Kieran Culkin, like he's got Succession now, right? Like also think about that for a second too. Like the net worth of the entire cast of Scott Pilgrim since that movie came out has fucking skyrocketed. Like, let's talk about that for a minute. So Scott Pilgrim came out in 2010. So at this point, let's see, MCU movies in release order. Let's go to, I guess, here. That's chronological order. Wait, this list is very long. Hold on. And release order. An order of release. Here we go, right here. It was really well casted. Plus, it would be nice to give the story more time. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, the comics are really fun to read. I used to read that at the library at my university. We actually have a whole section of the library dedicated to like comics and manga. And I read Scott Pilgrim. I read the Scott Pilgrim comic in college for the first time after having seen the movie a whole bunch. Let's see. So 2008 was of course when Iron Man came out. Okay, cool. So at this point, really, in terms of like at the same time Scott Pilgrim came out, MCU wise, we had just gotten to Iron Man 2 basically, right? So using that as our sort of anchor point for like context and time, if we look at this cast, right, in 2010, first of all, you got the king himself, Michael Cera, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who was my celebrity crush when I was younger, still is. Aubrey Plaza, Kieran Culkin, Chris Evans, Brie Larson, Jason Schwartzman, Allison Pill, Ellen Wong, Brandon Ruth, Anna freaking Kendrick, Mae Whitman, aka the voice of Katara from Avatar, and the voice of Rose from American Dragon, Jake Long, for any of us who remember that cartoon. Mark Webber, Johnny Simmons, Bill Hader, right? Like, this is a really stacked cast, but it's like stacked in like the best way because everyone was so well casted in their part. And even if we just take like the top like 2.5 rows, maybe like the top 2 rows, and then like going up to Bill Hader here, right? Like, if we think about how the net worth of these actors has exploded since 2010, like, think of it this way: Chris Evans, in terms of like Chris Evans' comic book history at this point, only included the two Fantastic Four movies, Fantastic Four and Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, because he was Johnny, he was the Human Torch, right? We hadn't even gotten to the first Captain America movie when this movie was originally released. Like, it's crazy to think of how like the net worth of all of these actors have just freaking exploded. Like, back in 2010, like their cumulative net worth right now, like when they made this movie, probably wouldn't have been like that high. It probably would be like combined, probably as high as like maybe Chris Evans plus Anna Kendrick now. But like, now that it's like 2023, that's just freaking crazy, bro. Man, I'm probably gonna end up rewatching that movie this weekend. Honestly, that seems like quite the wave. I might do that. I might actually do that. All right. Hope you all enjoy that little detour. Where are we at? All right. Everything's looking pretty dry. I think one more layer, maybe 2 more layers, and we'll be good to go here shortly. On to the next step. Probably will end up saving the next step for the next stream, honestly. That'd be a good way to structure the streams, perhaps, just doing each step. If we, if the time and drying time all allows for it, maybe we just do a step per stream on the non-metallic metal. But hopefully y'all see. Gotta jump off for the night. Good luck. Thank you, Nikki. Thanks for stopping in, and thanks for your sage advice, my guy. I hope you have a good night. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next week, Chief. Yeah, but now y'all see why I wanted to get all the other base coats down before I started doing the non-metallic metal proper, because imagine if I fucked this up after all this tedious work that I'm putting into this, Imagine then messing it all up. Ex post facto. I think too, another thing to keep in mind too is that we're using a pretty light brown in general too. Like, when we get to Doombull brown, we're gonna start like seeing some pretty significant changes. Changes. Here we go. Are the feathers on the wings going to be copper or a different color? Great question, Ultra Lord. Fantastic question. Let me show you exactly how they're going to look, actually. I will show you exactly how they're going to look. Give me a second to just finish this part right here, and I'll show you my guy. Alright. So, my plan for the wings is to make them puppies shine. So, going back to our test model here, right? This is actually, your question is actually the entire reason why I even bothered to prep a test model. Basically, the plan is going to be to take 3 different acrylic inks, the pure white, a cyan, and a turquoise, and layer them on top of each other in sequence to get this like cool little glowy effect. It looks a little desaturated in my camera light and my camera and with the like bright light, but it looks like very like deep and rich in person. So imagine the colors you're seeing on screen right now, but just a bit more saturated than what you're looking at, and that's basically what we're going for. This is going to be on the wings. Might even do like a blue glow on her eyes. Actually, you know, speaking of, what I will say is I actually finally, I think I told you this last night when we were chatting, but I finally acquired a spray booth, y'all. It'll be here soon. And when we eventually get to the point where we start airbrushing and everything, we will be doing some airbrushing live on stream for the first time, which is exciting. That also means from now on too, if I ever like finish building a model pretty quickly, which who knows when that's going to happen, but I'll be able to show y'all my priming step, how I like to do my priming for my models here on camera instead of doing them offline. So there you go. So look forward to that, I guess. Get a little bit of extra Chimera Games content, finally. So yeah, there we go. Got some of that coming down the pipeline at y'all. So all that's to say, you guys will get to see me airbrush on the wing colors when we get to that step. Eons from now. Okay, you know what? I know before I had like expressed concern about whether or not like I felt like this shit was like working or like I was doing it right, but I look at the looking at the wings, the glazing I've done on the wings, actually I can see that this is working. I'm looking at certain key areas of the wings and it looks pretty good. So that gives me confidence that the rest of the model, because I'm doing literally everything the exact same way, is coming together pretty nicely. Pretty nicely. Very nice. Yeah. The ugly duckling phase of a painting project is always the toughest to get through. Sorry, I was gluing my magnets. No, please do not apologize. Please do what you need to do to concentrate on that harrowing task. Oh my god, I mean, look. We all were there when I tried to magnetize my freaking castigator like months ago. I'm excited to see you use the spray booth. Me too, man. I'm excited to see me use it too. I'm excited to show off some airbrushing on stream. Excited to level up the content, as it were, for y'all in that regard. Mm-hmm. Oh, excuse me. And you know what, for the sake of science, just because I want to kind of see what it will look like once we start throwing it back the other way, I'm going to, at least once before we hop off stream for the night, I'm going to try glazing on the Bestigor flesh to sort of restore some of the highlights. Oh my god, wait, hold on, y'all, I just had a freaking moment, hold on. Wait, actually, okay, I just had a moment. Okay, low-key, not forget, but like, a lot of my like worries are low-key faded away in like a single moment, because I'm looking at it like, I'm looking at the model from a little... Oh my god, the act of painting is fucking magical, y'all. But I'm like, right now, I'm looking at the model from a little further away. And I'm like, yeah, hold on, wait. I'm starting to see the NMM, like, I'm starting to see the illusion. I was too close to it before to appreciate it, but like, I'm getting it now, okay. I'm starting to see where this is going a little bit. And you know what, too, hold on. Am I discovering more highlight? No, I think I got actually all the highlights I want, frankly. Dude, that's so cool. Wow. You know, sometimes in life you just gotta step away from a problem and like look at it from a different angle, you know? You know? It's all, yes, Ultra Lord, it is all about the perspective. It is literally all about the perspective. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm starting to see my own. Look, I mean, of course, look, great time to start seeing the vision, right? But no, I'm starting to see the vision, though. I am starting to see the vision. This is gonna come together nicely, y'all. This is gonna come together quite nicely. And you know what? While we have a moment here, while we're waiting for the armor to dry, I'm going to simply... Let's see, what do I want to do right now? You know what, let's get started on the non-metallic metal on the sword, actually. That's a good thing to do right now. So actually, another way I'm going to end up using Incubi Darkness is actually for the metal for the sword. I figured using like a sort of Incubi Darkness based color scheme would be kind of cool, kind of funky, kind of fresh. So I'm actually going to, right now, block out some colors on the sword while we have a moment, you know? Get some Incubi Darkness down on the palette. There we go. That's actually already quite thin. I don't think I'm gonna have to thin this down very much at all. In fact, I probably shouldn't thin it down very much. Despite being a relatively dark color, this is actually quite a remarkably thin paint, I must say. That's what makes it perfect for this project, though, in general. Yeah. Let's get some of that on the tip of the blade too, methinks. There we go. Yeah. See, it's a very subtle, it adds like a very subtle bluish tint to the sword. Yeah. 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 Mm-hmm. Hmm. Yeah. This is actually coming together quite nicely. At first, I was feeling a little shaky, a little scared. But you know what? I'm starting to see the vision now. And as we move forward with this project, this is gonna when all is said and done with this shit, y'all, oh my god, this is going to end up being the best model I have ever frickin' painted. Mark my frickin' words. This little clip popped out of my my lamp just now. How are the wings doing? Those are still basically drying. One thing I'm really happy about is that now that it's cooling down outside, the humidity is finally falling. Humidity is finally falling, which means we will have, generally speaking, more ideal painting conditions. Hopefully for like at least the next couple of months before it gets like stupid cold outside. Hopefully it gets stupid cold outside this year. You never know, especially with global warming and everything going on right now. Shit. Yeah. But, yeah. Another reason why I already love my another reason why I love my favorite season even more. The fact that it's great for painting miniatures. You know. Oh my goodness. Whew. Okay. Oh my god. I totally forgot that I had turned the music down earlier. My bad, y'all. I've been depriving y'all of tunes this entire time. Hope you enjoyed the sweet sonorous tones of my voice instead. Jeez. Let's see here. Yeah. Especially when I look at the legs, like I can definitely see the vision starting to come together. This is, yeah, it's happening. It's happening for sure. It is happening for sure. I think all it's gonna take is actually just a little bit more like layering with the scrag brown. Then we'll be ready. We'll be ready to move on to the next steps. And you know what? I think that's gonna be what I do offline. Maybe between this stream and the next stream, maybe I'll do a little bit more. Maybe I'll finish the rest of the scrag brown glazing. And start maybe on the best war flesh glazing a little bit, just to give us a bit of a head start for the next stream. That way we're not staying on the same step the entire time. Probably still gonna end up being like a lot of the time, but I'll do some work offline just to get the project moving a little bit more quickly, but just so that but still in such a way that lets y'all see like all the steps of the process too, because I wouldn't want y'all to miss out on that. And you know what? I think this puts us in a good position to stop for the night. I think we are all good to stop for the night, so that's going to be brushes down for now. And allow me to say one more quick thank you to everybody here for popping into the stream. If you're new here especially, then don't forget to subscribe before you go, especially if you want to catch more of these live streams. I stream every Friday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time right here at youtube.com/@ChimeraGames. Thank you all so much for your continued support of my channel. We've reached 131 out of 200 subscribers for our next subscriber goal. Friendly reminder that once we hit 200 subscribers, Ultralord and I, we're going to play a live battle report for y'all here on Tabletop Simulator here on YouTube Live. I'm probably going to play Sisters. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you. Don't know what army Connor's going to throw at me. Knowing him's probably going to be Thousand Suns. But there's that to look forward to. And yeah, don't forget to drop a like before you go on the stream, because of course likes go a very long way in helping out the channel. And until I see y'all again next week, stay safe, have a great weekend, and have an even greater life. And I'll talk to y'all later, alright? Peace out.